Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again thank you for stopping by. So I've got another golden era of RC video for you today, and it's the batteries from back in the day. This is all part of my collection stroke display. Some of you might have, who follow this channel, will have seen my motor collection I put together recently. As you can see from the pictures, it's absolutely superb, and that is actually the best motor collection I've ever had. I've always had motors with me in the collection on display, but that's the best one I've had. And equally, this is going to be the best battery display that I've ever had. So I'm super excited. I've been itching to make this video because by the end of this video, this is all going to be put into the display cabinet, so me and you guys can have a look at it, because I think it's going to be absolutely epic. But I've been waiting for the Zippo lighter stands to come, which the batteries are going to sit on. So anyway, they're here now, so we're going to crack on. So very quickly, we'll just go through what I have here, then we'll bring a camera over and we'll have a close-up and a little detail look at them, because all of these are absolutely cool. And then we'll get it into the display cabinet, we'll get it set up, and then we'll come back. And I've got I want to show you two batteries that I want to add to the collection, and I also want to tell you a little story about one of the batteries that still gives me nightmares today from back in the day when I bought it new. So first up, we have the original Tamiya 6V Nicad 1200 milliamp battery. That's the one in the hard case. You vintage guys are going to know exactly what these are, but there's probably a few of you guys who don't know the old batteries from Tamiya, so that is superb. Next up is exactly the same again, but it's a 7.2 volt Nicad hump pack. After that, we have the 8.4 volt goal power Nicad, again 1200 milliamps. What a battery that was! That was a game changer. We then have the most special battery I have, and it's because it relates to my childhood, and it's the Tamiya Racing Pack EX. What a battery! This is when Tamiya completely moved the goalpost with their branded batteries and went from 1200 milliamps to this, which is a 1700 milliamp. Now that might not sound a lot, 500 milliamps. That was a massive change for run times back in the day. What a thing! After that, we have 1400 Scr Pack. Now these never came in boxes, but it's brand new sealed. It's got the instructions on the back. Such a cool thing to have. Then we also have the 1400 SP Racing Pack. Again, brand new, unopened. And then probably the coolest thing I'm going to show you today is this, which is the EX battery pack. So in there, and this is brand new, there's another EX battery, and there's a proper correct charger for it. Now that's really interesting to me in the story at the end of the video, but yeah, this is so cool. And then we have the acrylic Zippo lighter stands. These are what I use for my motors, but I also think two of these together is going to sit the batteries perfectly and make them look rather cool. And then to sit everything on, again, I've bought another free shelf acrylic shelving system just off eBay, really cheap. The Zippo lighter stands you get for about 12 quid, you get about 25 of them. And this thing costs around, this was about 20 quid, and that's including shipping. And again, I use this on my motor collection, and it's absolutely superb. So let's get the camera over and have a close-up of these bad boys. Right, so the first one to show you is the original early 80s 6 volt pack. Again, Nicad 1200 milliamp. A lot of you guys might never have seen this, with it being so old. You vintage guys will, but people newer to the channel might not know this was a go-to battery for Tamiya back in the day. Absolute superb. So a massive shout out to Mick Rhodes for getting me this. I can't thank you enough, especially because it has the packaging and the instructions with it, which is just superb. The price tag of $19.25. I wonder what currency that's in. Next up to show you is basically the same again, but it's the 7.2 version. So the main case is exactly the same size as your 6 volt, and then they just put the extra cell on top, and it's called a hump pack. And it is just so cool, and a true iconic battery from Tamiya back in the day. It's absolutely superb. I need to give a massive shout out to Christopher Contino for this one. Absolutely fantastic. No packaging, but it doesn't really matter because it's absolutely superb. Next up is the Gold Power 8.4. This is brand new, and these are still available on eBay from a shop in Turkey. He must have bought a shed load of old stock. Anyway, I searched again and I found one, so I made up with that. So yeah, if you don't know this one, this is where it went to the racing pack style. So if I put my thumb over the extra cell, that's your basic sort of racing pack design, where they moved the cells. So instead of being side by side, you've got them running this way. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cells there. But obviously on 8.4, they put one across the back as well. Again, it's 1200 milliamp, and this battery came out for the Tamiya Bigwig, with it running the Technical motor. So this thing would have been pretty ballistic back in the day, given the timeline. But it's an absolutely superb thing to have. Next up, now this one is incredibly special to me because I bought this thing, not this particular battery, but I bought this brand new back in the day. So first of all, a massive thank you to Min Fan for sending me this. This is brand new, unused. Again, this for me was an absolute game changer in my RCing because I had beat up 7.2 racing packs and they were all 1200 milliamp. And when this came out, it was obviously 1700 milliamp Nicad, which was a huge game changer for me. But I have a nightmare story to tell you about this. But again, I'll do that at the end of the video. But again, we've got the full packaging. It just doesn't get any better than that for me. And next up, we have this racing pack, 1400 SP pack, brand spanker with instructions. Massive thank you again to Duncan McGregor for sorting me out with this one. Absolutely gorgeous, brand new, unused. As I said earlier, I don't think these ever came. These just came in bags when you bought them. You didn't get any fancy packaging with this particular race pack. But yeah, what a thing to have. And next up, we have another racing pack. This time it's a 1400 Scr pack. Again, all these are Nicads. The Scr is a type of cells used, and the Scr was a much better quality cell. Obviously, we were probably using Sanyo cells inside of here, I'm guessing. But it's a really good looking battery as well, with that sort of off gold colour. Again, brand new. And another massive thank you to Duncan McGregor for this one. I was made up for getting this and the, let's just dig it out, for getting these two, because these two batteries were unexpected because I wasn't actually looking for these particular ones. So this was a complete bonus. And finally, and this thing is just superb. So first of all, a massive thank you to Jerome Petit for sorting me out with this. What a thing this is. I've never seen this before. So what you have here is the full pack. So you get your EX 1700 milliamp battery, but you also get the charger. Let's just open it up and look at the packaging. Look at that thing. This is the most special thing I have. All the batteries I have are mega cool to me, but this is just extra special because it's the original pack and I didn't know it existed. So it's exactly the same battery as you saw earlier. So and this is all brand new. So it's a 1700 EX, but within this you get the EX charger for it. Look at that. How cool is that? It's got a charging time of 7 to 8 hours. So it's a trickle charger, but and full instructions with it as well. Again, I'm going to allude back to this battery at the end of the video because I'm finding all this very interesting. And new battery experts who are watching will be able to tell me or put me right onto the little nightmare I had. Right, and then what we're sticking them on. So again, as I said earlier, these are the acrylic Zippo lighter stands off of eBay. Loads of different sellers do these and they're dirt cheap. They're absolutely superb for the motors, but my plan is to have two together and have the batteries sat on them. I think that's going to look pretty damn cool. And they'll be sat on this 3-tier acrylic shelving, which again I've had before. It takes the weight no problem, and they look absolutely superb. So first job to do is to get this built up. And that's it built. Absolutely superb. It does need, it's a little bit dusty. I've got my fingerprints on it, so I'll have to give it a clean before I start putting it on. But you get the idea. So let's just do a quick mock-up with a battery or two, just to make sure it's going to fit. Right, so just a quick mock-up, and yeah, it's absolutely perfect size-wise. I'll get it all straightened up when I'm getting it, when I'm putting it in a cabinet. But yeah, that all works perfectly. What I am just going to try, the racing packs sit perfectly on those stands, but I'm just going to try one of those hard cases. Yeah, it still works. Absolutely superb. Right, next step now is get all this dragged downstairs and let's get it set up in the cabinet. I can't tell you how happy I am with this. That is absolutely superb. Absolutely love it. And then with the door closed, because obviously when the door's closed it gets lit better. Oh my word, I'm so happy with that. Yeah, absolutely class. So I'm absolutely made up with that, as you can see. I know sort of displaying batteries is not everyone's cup of tea, I fully understand that, but I always have been more about displays than just collecting. And what I mean by that is, if you're going to spend all that cash and do the journey of collecting all this stuff, it needs to be shown. Just my opinion. There is two batteries that I would like to add to that at some point. The first one is what I call the original 7.2 racing pack. Picture above. That's the one with the black heat shrink, the red plastic end caps, and the sort of larger gold decal on it. There's a little couple of variants I've seen of those batteries, and the decal's not quite as good. So that's the one I'm after, and that comes in a grey box as well. So if anyone's got one of those, shout, give me, email me, and we'll see if we can do a deal. And then the second one is the brand new Life battery that Tamiya does. As we all know, Tamiya don't do lipo, for whatever reason. But yeah, they do this LIFE battery. It's mega expensive, but I would, because I've got that battery collection now, I would like to do it because it's quite a good looking thing. It's a curious battery, that one. I don't know anything about it. It's, as I say, it's a Life battery, and it's 6.6 volts. So obviously it'll be way better than Nicad and NIM, but it's not going to be a patch on 2S, I wouldn't imagine, with it being 6.6 volts, where 2S is 7.4 volts. But again, I don't know. But yeah, I'd like to get one because we could try it as well and see what it's like, and then put it in the display. But they are rather expensive. It's funny. Did you know Tamiya, as far as I'm aware, have only ever done two styles of battery, and that was obviously the Nicad and then the Life, and they absolutely skipped NIM's nickel metal hydride. I have no idea why that is. It's bizarre, and obviously we don't touch lipo, which is very odd. Because I'm just sort of thinking back when I went to nickel metal hydride NIMs. I was racing sort of 98, 99 touring car, and I was using NIMs because that was like a big step up because the capacity was huge. I think I was running 3,300 NIMs at the time, 7.2s. But I think, you know, certainly in the UK and I presume England, we had to get rid of Nicads. I'm just wondering if Japan didn't, because you can still buy Tamiya Nicads on Amazon. That's bizarre to me. So I'm guessing they don't have the same regulations. I don't think they produce Nicads anymore, or do they? Do any of you guys know that? That'd blow me away if they did. And why didn't they touch NIMs? We understand why they didn't touch lipo, but why not NIM? Interesting. So, two things just before I wrap this video up. I'll tell you a very quick story about the EX battery. So, back in the day when I had my Thunder shop, for my birthday, as I say, I was running around on battered 7.2 1200 milliamp Nicads back then, and the EX had just come out. From memory, it was £30, which was a massive amount of money back then for me. Anyway, I believe it was probably a birthday, and my dad took me to Otley Model Sport, and we got this brand new EX battery. Now, my memory fades a lot here. Those batteries, as far as I'm aware, never came fully charged. So I'm guessing I put it on the trickle charger. I'm guessing. Anyway, next morning, whatever, I'm out with my best mate Paul over at his house, and I've put the EX battery in the Thundershot for the first time. And I honestly can't tell you guys what an epic run that was for me. Going from battered 1200 milliamp 7.2 racing packs to a brand new 1700 milliamp race pack, basically full capacity. The Thundershot, from memory, just seemed to last forever. The runtime was massive, and obviously you'd spent all this money on this battery, but you were kind of reaping the rewards of it. So I ran it. I was just so happy with it. Now here's the thing. No, this is weird. I took it home and then I put it on the normal, the bog standard 7.2 trickle chargers that I had. Charged it overnight, and then the next day I came to plug it into the car. It was dead, absolutely dead. And I was gutted. I can't tell you. I'm still, when I think back to it now, it makes me sad inside, because it was kind of my mum and dad's money. You know, they'd bought it for me, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't get any charge in it, and I kept quiet, and I didn't even tell my dad, and I should have done. I don't know why I didn't. I just felt so bad because of what had happened. Now here's the thing, again, for you battery experts. Is it possible, Nicad, that, you know, from memory now, because Nicads had memory, didn't they, that you, is it possible on that first run I drained it just all the way down and it killed it and it wouldn't take a charge again? Is that possible on Nicad? Maybe I should have done a couple of cycles, you know, full charge, discharge and that to get it. I don't know. I don't know where I went wrong. Or could it have been faulty? You know, I got one run out of it, but it was absolutely dead as a dodo after that. Wow. It's funny these memories, how we have them, isn't it? And that's why when, who was it who sent me the first EX? Min Fan sent me that brand new EX. I was like, this is just one of the coolest things, because I've just about got all the bit parts, the cars and the bits from back in the day, what meant so much to me, and that EX is just a massive part of it. And then before I wrap this video up, what might be cool in the future is if we get the big wig out and we put the Technigold in it and we run it on the 8.4 gold power. What do you think? Do you want to see that? I think that'd be quite cool. Again, that's a brand new 8.4 Nicad, but I have no idea if that will take a charge, even though it's new. I wonder if the cells could be dead. I don't know. Again, you battery experts, if you can answer these questions for me in the comments, that'd be massively appreciated. But I'm pretty sure my charger does Nicad, but really cool to get some charge in that. I could cycle it first, get the Technigold fitted in the big wig and just get it out for a blast and get some 27 meg radio gear in it as well. Let's just do it full old school and just, do you know what, I've just talked myself into this video. This is a must video now for me. That would be so cool, because that's just like a time capsule going right back to when you had all this originally, and let's just see how it runs, and we could GPS it and stuff, because it won't be nearly as fast as we remember. Oh wow, that sounds like a cool idea. Right, sorry if this video's dragged on. There seems to be quite a lot to get through. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the comments if you don't mind, especially to answer any of those questions, because that would be massively appreciated. So my friends, thanks so much for watching. It's massively appreciated. If you are new to this channel, if you could please consider liking and subscribing to support us, and if you do that, smash that notification bell for our weekly videos. And as always, my friends, happy RCing.